You've already won half the battle by just starting this way. Not overnight, let's get that straight right from the start, but in due time. Are you ready to start on this great adventure?
What's going on, guys? 3 and 4. Back in the lower 48. Ready to do some LARPing, right? So check this out. A couple things have changed with my kit since my breakdown video. Got this here Chinese ballistic helmet, and I was sent this for free by a company who has requested that I test the second one. They sent me 2. One for personal use and one for testing. So we're definitely gonna go through that. And then you can see it's got the NVG mount here, or the universal mount. I was just keeping my headlamp on it previously, but I've worn it for a few days. It's pretty cool. I don't really have enough experience with helmets to compare it to anything else. You know, nothing like neither an Ops Core or a Team Wendy or even a ACH, so whatever. It's kind of heavy, but it's also a ballistic helmet. So, and it was under, I think they retail for under $400, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, looks pretty solid. I'll go over it in the review video, but for now, just know I'm testing it. I'm going to take it out on a field training exercise in a couple weeks, and it'll get its wear in there. Secondly, we've got an EOTech on a Unity riser. I bought this from a buy-sell trade group, and I got it for, if you would have bought it new, it would have been like $800, $900 for that setup. I got it for under $400, so that is a testament. You guys should definitely be using things like TaxSwap, buy-sell trade groups. Get in touch, you know, talk to the community, because these guys offload their gear all the time, and it's really high quality shit. Next, back here we have a Eagle Industries ruck. Some people were asking what kind it is. I don't fucking know. It's huge. I need to put a frame in it because I have about 30 pounds of stuff in there right now, and if I want to put anything else in, if I go to use it without a frame, it is going to be a nightmare. Today I figured I would go on a little bit of a tangent. I was going to talk about finding land in your area to train on, and I think that'll be a separate video. But I was on the internet earlier, much to my dismay. It's Memorial Day, so you can hear the traffic. There's a highway like right there. It's a testament to how little forest land is here in the Great Plains states. But much to my dismay, I was scrolling the internet earlier and happened upon a post about a huge family, right? A family that had gone forth and multiplied, been fruitful as the Lord wills. And they homeschooled their kids, as many of us hope to. And of course, in the comment section, there were your run-of-the-mill, left-leaning, not even left-leaning, hardcore leftists, communist sympathizers. Essentially, this lady was saying that the self-sustaining, or the homesteading, self-sustenance lifestyle was rooted in racism and white supremacy, and it blames society rather than blaming the individual and the autocracy and the capitalists and the billionaires and blah 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 fucking blah. I think those people tend to forget that we don't view the ultra capitalists or the billionaires as our friends. We don't view these ultra rich, nose in the air, wearing suits everywhere, fucking pedophilic overlords as our friends. We don't. They are not us. We do not have much in common with the Bill Gates of the world and the Klaus Schwabs. Obviously. And they tend to think that this working class of right-wing Republican or fascist Nazi or whatever the fuck they want to call you, white men in middle America are sympathizing with these people. I want to go on record and say right now, Nazi doesn't mean anything. It has been completely robbed and bastardized from its original definition, because the second you say, hey, I don't think you should be holding drag shows in the middle of a public library where a grown man that's dressed like a demon sits and reads stories to these impressionable young souls, that makes you, oh, you're a Nazi, you're a fascist. You put these lunatics, and this, it blows my mind every time, because I remember, I am not very old, I'm in my mid-20s. I have vivid memories of reading the Hunger Games books. Back when the first movie came out, our English teacher had us read the Hunger Games, the first edition. And I'm gonna take this off. I remember thinking, wow, the Capitol's a weird fucking place, you know, because it was all these people who dressed up with this overzealous makeup, and they put on these big flowy dresses with like fire and flames and diamond encrusted, and it was this caricature of a society that was so unattainable to the rest of the public. And all these little districts were sprinkled out amongst the rest of the world, and they were poor, and they were all in poverty, and they were all fighting just to live, just to exist. I just remember thinking, like, yeah, that's fucking wild. How could they ever let their elites get to that point where they are so pompous and disconnected from reality that they believe that this is just how life is, you know? But then you see things, and you see the seeds that have been sown, right? Everybody remembers that Call of Duty trailer that had Yuri Bezmenov talking about, like, subversion of the youth, and how it takes about 15 years because you implant these ideals in the youth and basically disrupt the moral fabric of the society. It's so damaging. That's one of the repeated, parroted words. Is, it's so damaging to homeschool your kids. You're indoctrinating your kids. Yeah. Duh. Why would I not want my children instilled with the same values that I have? If I believe them to be inherently true and inherently correct, why would I not want to teach my children that I think this is right? Right? You say, oh, well, it's taking away their ability to think for themselves. I don't think it is. I don't think it is at all. I think... Saw something in the distance. Sorry. Freaked me out. I think not teaching your children to hold your moral code is how you get these fucking extremists on the internet who seem to think that their education from accredited universities, whatever the fuck that means, is the only right way to think. How long are we just going to allow this to happen? How long are we going to allow people to just shit all over these young, impressionable minds, right? Leave the kids alone. Okay, for some reason it stopped recording and I was just shouting into the camera for the last 10 minutes. But basically, my point is there are people out there that no matter what you do will think that you are part of this regime against them, right? They'll call you a Nazi, they'll call you a fascist, they'll call you a communist, they'll call you a liberal, whatever the fuck, it doesn't matter. Just do what you think is right inherently. Now, I'm not a theologian, I don't like doing apologetics because I don't think that I am informed enough as a Christian to make these arguments, and I definitely hope to be someday. But to sit and think that, you know, your 5-second glimpse into this person's life through the internet is enough for you to base your entire judgment around them. There may be ideological differences, and you may see things that you absolutely 100% disagree with, but to sit and think that your experiences as a college student, as a blue-haired, I'm just not going to go there right now. Basically, there are still people out there that actively think that your self-sufficiency is a threat to their way of life. Your self-sufficiency is a threat to their way of life, because you are not part of this conglomeration and this what do they call it, Cronenberg society, where it's just a mash and a fucking you're this one body made of many souls, right? And that's evil if I've ever heard of it. It is important to recognize video size limited, almost reach, capture. I have a 128 gig phone, and apparently I hit my limit for recording capacity. I guess essentially the whole gist of this is to say that there are people out there that actively think that your lifestyle and your self-sufficiency is a threat to their way of life. I think that's fucking ludicrous. They think it's damaging to think that you can take care of yourself. They think that simply living in a society means that you should rely on said society. Because once you have people who don't entirely rely on this fragile anomaly of a system that we have going on, they no longer have to participate in the things that make it work, right? That's their view. They think that because you don't rely on food transportation or the electric grid or water treatment facilities, that they will no longer have a reason to exist because everybody or these people are not using it. So their excuse is, oh, well, it's all those rural people. It's all the rural people who are taking care of themselves, because that's the reason why I have to, I have to do all this shit myself, and I can't just sit in my luxury apartment or whatever, or your fucking studio apartment for that matter. There are people who are addicted to this lifestyle. They think that there is no other way to live because they live in a highly densely populated city. It bothers me, but also they can come and make me move to the fucking city. They can make me do that. I'm not the toughest guy around. I'm not the hardcore motherfucker that everybody wants me to be. I try to be. I get out and I do this kind of shit because it's important that I am in fighting condition and I have the ability to protect my family from these people who want to subvert my way of life because they think it affects them. They think it's hurting them. They think I owe them something simply because I can take care of myself and my family. Do I think it's important to have societies? Absolutely. I think it is 100% in our DNA. It's in our creation to live and be around people and evangelize and share the beauty that is life with other people. Do I think that I can take care of my family's human needs without persecution from other people telling me that I have to rely on something? Fuck no, dude. Or fuck yes, whatever. Basically, if you think that owning a few chickens and having your own well and cultivating a garden and working one job to pay all the bills while your family stays home and takes care of the developmental process of the children, if you think it's wrong to do that, you are incorrect. I'm getting a little ranty now, but soon, within the next couple days, I'll put up a overnight camping video. I've got some stuff to do tomorrow morning, so I can't really commit myself to that tonight. But that's today's rant, guys. Thanks for tuning back in. Sorry it took so long to get this video out. I moved back from Alaska down to the lower 48. I'm very glad to be around people again, but I do miss the views. So more content coming soon. God bless you guys. Thanks for watching. Check it out, guys. I've had a split rig for a decade. They're just coming back into style. Split rig, baby. I could use some GPs, but the water bladder back there, I know it's probably not perfectly lined up, but it's never bothered me. My ruck goes over it. Got that brand new Eagle ruck. Fucking badass, dude. I need a frame for it if I'm gonna put any more shit in there. Hey, get outside. Get some ticks. Get some red ants on your balls. Put a helmet on. Sweat your ass off when it's 90 degrees outside. Suffer. Find random women at night and run at them like this. Do you need help, ma'am? Do you need help? What's that? You want to see my fishing license?
Yeah. MC Phase
Oh.
in the house.
Hello there. My name's 3 and 4.
Something like this, you know what I'm saying?
I need to find a different name because people keep calling me FAP, and it gets under my fucking skin.
1, 2, 3, let me check the mic. I'm that crazy
The liberals don't want you to know this, but you can have 12 kids